Hello, my name is Madison Dudley. I am a senior and English major at Westfield State University, and I will be talking about my experiences with having a one-credit internship with the Westfield Athenaeum. In my internship, I worked a total of 40 hours and 3 to 4 hours a week. I worked closely alongside the library's archivalist, Max, in the archives where the main focus of my internship was to help in their painting inventory. When it comes to working in the archives, there is an overflow of inventory and unfinished projects that haven't been touched for years. A quote from Max I pulled was, "That would have been much more of a challenge with only one person, so any help in the archives is great help." When working in the archives, every task you do feels beyond rewarding. It's similar to like putting a puzzle together piece by piece so that researchers in the future can easily access things they have when needed in the archives. For my main work in this internship with Max, we worked together in relocating their painting inventory, mostly from the basement storage all the way up to their attic storage, relocating based on artist and weight for the best and most safe storage options. We also went beyond the archives and also worked with paintings around the whole library as well, from their museum displays to their paintings hung up in a variety of offices and other rooms around the entire library, which was very interesting to see. As we went along with relocating paintings, we also, in a spreadsheet, marked down important information for each of the paintings, including painting's accession number, artist, description, and location to better help inventory each painting for the future. Some of the paintings in their collection provided great information for us, while a lot of others hardly provided anything for us, which led to the creation of new information or just having to leave some things unfortunately empty in their systems. The Westfield Library also holds gallery showings of their art and other items which are in their collection, which led to me conducting research into some of these local artists that could possibly be used for future galleries that they may have. Conducting research had me entering their database and combing through many old newspapers to find any information I could for future artist bios. I was able to find obituaries and past information on art showings, but others had almost nothing to show. Though painting inventory had been the main focus for my internship, it wasn't all I was able to work on. I also helped in other inventory ways, such as taking collections that were donated and making sure they stay in their best condition for the future of the archives. I was able to take many hours combing through a donation from a photographer and individually sleeving each photo in said donation collection to make each piece properly archived for the collections for upcoming researchers. Me and Max also went around the library testing keys that hadn't yet been labeled in many years to properly identify exactly where they went for future users of the many display cases and doors around the library. Another task I did in the archives was looking at receipts from the early 1900s and organizing them based on their company names. This part was especially interesting to see some of the stores from so long ago and what were some items that people had been buying that long ago. I have to say, working alongside Max was my main joy for this internship. Max was very knowledgeable of the archives, but also knows where there are lacking areas. He was very easy to communicate with and answered every question I had, no matter what it was, so work was able to flow so much easier for me throughout. My experience with the rest of the staff was just as nice. Even doing my internship through a major construction of the library, everyone welcomed me with smiles, and as someone with anxiety, it really helped me feel at home and not to worry about what each shift helping out would be like. The environment itself was unlike any place I've ever been. The library, of course, has its charms, but in the archives is a world of its own. You're surrounded by so much history that has been donated by so many different people. It was truly incredible to be around and to work with. The artwork in the archives itself was such a joy to see as someone who is also an art major. Seeing all different kinds of styles and mediums in such an environment leads to so much inspiration and an urge to learn about each artist and piece in the archives. This internship has shown me how jobs that are hardly taken can be so interesting. Max is only one in the archives and has had so much work piled up around him, but you can still see how much pride he puts into each collection and each task he is given. The archives is somewhere where the work you do is constantly rewarding, though it may be long and ongoing always. But anything can help better for future researchers coming into the library, which makes it so rewarding. Overall, from painting inventory to archiving photographs, receipts, and even locating keys, this internship with the Westfield and Athenaeum has shown me how important it is for everything to have a proper, detailed, and safe place in order to keep history alive for future researchers.